Hi, Babur. Thank you for sending in your essays for correction, your first essays on the course. My apologies in getting this back to you a bit late, but I hope you will have this in time to study and maybe do another one for me before your exam. Okay, so here we go. Some people think schools have to be more entertaining, while others think their sole purpose is to educate. Which do you agree with? Use specific reasons. So academics often have heated debates about the function of schools. Some argue that educational institutions should incorporate fun activities, while others believe that they should focus purely on studies. Okay, I really like that start, particularly your first line. I think that's strong and interesting. Fun, for me, this is not a very academic word. So instead, you could have interesting and challenging activities. Okay, so two higher level words there immediately. However, I firmly believe that tuition centres should only impart knowledge, as this will help students in securing better jobs. Tuition centres, okay. I mean, I think you could have is okay. I would just maybe say schools, because it is okay to have schools. Sometimes when we're paraphrasing, the danger is that you paraphrase so much it becomes unreal. I wouldn't talk about a tuition centre, I would talk about a school. And sometimes we just have to go with that. You've done it here, which is lovely. Should only impart knowledge. You've got to say here what kind of knowledge. Exam related knowledge. Be a bit more specific, because this would help students and will. All right, will. They will ultimately then go a bit more emphatic. Help students in securing better jobs and keep them focused in their lives. I don't think you need that. I just care to keep them focused. In their lives is a bit too general. But nice intro there, well done. Educational centres play a pivotal role in shaping the careers of the younger generation. This is because they provide essential guidance and training, that's not a plural there, which are a key requirement for jobs. Expand. Here in France, for jobs and students will have the opportunity, have the opportunity to learn core academic skills. Let's get more things in here. Core academic skills, successful learning techniques, maybe just go core academic skills and successful learning techniques. And I would put that here. Move that up into here. So training, comma, training in. So what is the training? Core academic skills and successful learning techniques, which are a key requirement. Okay, so be specific where you can. So training is just too vague. Numerous studies have shown that how critical, you don't need that, shown how critical dedicated learning environment is for success in employment. Okay, let's just get back to schools. I mean, you're jumping to employment, but I want to have success in exams. I've got to succeed in my school first before I get a job. So keep this focused on schools. For example, a recent report by Oxford, no, it's just Oxford, not the Oxford, showed that children who only spent time studying were, make it past tense because you showed, were 5 times more likely to get a job as compared to those who did not. Who did not what? You need to be more specific. Who preferred playing sport or gaming or something? Towards core teaching. Now, you do need to make this distinction here. They're all going to school, but some schools are going to have more sport and some schools are going to have more history and geography. So this idea of core is the more pure subjects. However, tell me you're changing direction here. You have to signpost this. Critics of the direct learning often ignore the disastrous aspects of playful activities at school. Since young ones are not aware about the significance of time, they are in danger of wasting, ing, this precious resource. It's quite a big statement. There is, be careful, or they waste. Be careful of present simple. We can do it better. Danger of wasting. Sorry, here we go. This precious resource in non-productive activities such as watching cartoons or going for trips. Oh, okay. This attitude ultimately translates. This, it's not really the attitude, because the teachers would be organising this, really. This kind of syllabus, maybe, or this these activities may, it's very important, these modal verbs may or could or might ultimately translate into infinitive, that's me because I put may plus infinitive, into the habit of continuously wasting time and ignoring studies. Okay, let's not have wasting time twice. Of becoming unmotivated would be better. Consequently, such students. Now, you've argued with children here, so keep it going with children, not students, because there's, for me, a student is over 18, and you need to kind of focus on the younger end, because that's how you've started. Yes, watch out, wasting time. That's the third use of wasting in that paragraph, so don't repeat. For instance, a research, so research, not a research, a study and research, argue that pupils who engage in artistic and entertaining tasks waste approximately 40% thinking about wasted again. I'm not sure that that's a problem. I would say were 40% less focused or 40% less motivated than those who had an exam to work for. I think get it back to a contrast of this. So they were less focused on the academic work or less motivated. In conclusion, I'm convinced, wow, the schools must provide, schools should, then must is okay, should might be better, because that is very strong and that balances education rather than I need an adjective in there. Sophisticated, interesting, we've had interesting, stimulating, rather than leisure opportunities. As in the future, knowledge acquired at the initial stage will play a more instrumental role in successful further education and work. And careers. Get this to go full circle, so it links back to what you made, the point you made at the beginning. But otherwise, very nice. There's lots of great writing in there. Let's do the second one, and then I'll just make a comment or two. Doing an enjoyable activity with a child can develop better skills and more creativity than reading. To what extent do you agree? Okay. Parents often engage in playful activities with their young ones during leisure time. Okay. Playful activities, I think, immediately give me such as what? Could be a walk in the park, it could be going to a museum, it could be football, it could be painting, anything. Give me an idea. Some believe that such interactions are extremely beneficial for the development of children, allowing them, keep going, to, and then relate this back to skills, to explore, to imagine, to learn through play, just expand a tiny bit. According to my mind, accordingly, but hang on, so some think it's good, but you don't. Oh, you do. Accordingly, to my mind, there's convincing evidence. I think it's accordingly is a bit strange. I think maybe I'd put I agree. There's convincing evidence to suggest that doing fun-based tasks could help. Here, really, really important. Could, remember there's modal verbs, help, infinitive there, to develop cognitive and socializing abilities. To begin with, there's not even an iota of doubt, or I wouldn't use that in academic writing, okay? There is no doubt that this is too strong and too kind of relaxed. No, not too strong, just too relaxed. Nice language, but not appropriate here. There is no doubt that playing games, and again, I need to know more specifically what, significantly boosts the brain development of little ones as compared to only reading. This is because such tasks involve quick decision making and coordination of a body body coordination, but then I need to know the game because obviously you're talking about sport. A result of this, or additionally then, because I've been involved in the physical activity, so additionally, and as a result of this, mental capacity to process information multiplies, or may multiply. Many studies have also shown positive impacts of fun-based sessions. You need to be more specific. So I'm thinking, are we talking about mental session or a physical session? Or do you see how it's a nice sentence, but because you're not developing it, it's hard for me to link it back to what you've just said before. A report by Oxford claimed that youngsters who regularly played, so adverb should be here, regularly played something, have a sharper memory, you're comparing it to those who don't, and are 3 times better at making decisions as compared to their counterparts who only read books in their spare time. I think we might need to expand that. Easy to comprehend the contribution. Good, really nice. You're writing very beautifully. It's just getting the coherence and the sort of task achievement, the development in the right space. Surprisingly, unsurprisingly, I think you're going to say, really, doing sport also improves socialization and networking skills. Or surprisingly similar. Don't use that word. It's not helping you. But additionally then, because it's not surprising because you've already made the connection there. Naturally, young ones who play in teams learn to develop relationships with other people, and this ultimately may help them to master the art of making friends and influencing people. Okay, good book. Various researchers have also strongly advocated playing games for youngsters. I don't think you need that because you sort of said that already. You've said it here. So what skills am I going to learn? I'm going to learn team building, I'm going to learn competitive skills, I'm going to learn that sort of thing. So relate it back to the title and the skills. A recent survey by Yale demonstrated that children who played in groups were twice as friendly as that comparative structure, twice as friendly as compared to those who did not play. Okay, good. And maybe let's have a mix up this verb: play, participate, compete, something like that. Challenge themselves on the sports field. This vividly illustrates how vital enjoyable games are to establish social bonds. Yes, but social bonding skills, you'd have to get it back to skills, which are unlikely to be achieved by reading a book alone. Okay, link it back to the title. You are comparing the two, and it's very important you keep referring back to reading. To conclude, it's abundantly clear that so you need to have, to what extent, opinion here in the intro, and again here, stronger here. Sporting and playful events, so I don't know what you mean, in contrast to reading, are an essential component of a child's development cycle. I don't think you necessarily want that. You could say they should be encouraged. Easy to infer. I don't like that sort of language. It's almost like you're saying to the examiner, well, come on, anyone can understand, so you have to understand. Be careful of that sort of comment. Go back to the points you've made in your conclusion and just recap them. So I think you've done some very nice tasks there. You've done really well. 2 very good essays. What I need to see a bit more of for your band 7 is grammar. You need to get a conditional sentence in here at least, if not 2. Some of the participle clauses. So here to begin with, but even you could just put beginning with rather than to begin with. Just mix that up a bit. So the grammar, I think, is a thing, and or something you could add. Also, watch out on repeating vocabulary, and here the kind of flow of the paragraph. Well, I think it was this one. The flow of the paragraph needs to be a little bit easier. Make sure every sentence leads on from the one before. But very good tasks. If I get another essay, I will try and prioritize it. I can't promise, to be honest, but I will absolutely try. If not, very, very good luck with your exam, and I hope this has been helpful.